Fellas, listen up. This one's gonna hit deep because we've all been there. You were loyal. You were consistent. You were real. You showed up for her when no one else did. You had pure intentions. But instead of choosing you, she put you in the friend zone. Thought you'd wait forever. Thought you'd always be around. Thought she could go out there, chase the bad boys, live the fantasy, and still come back to you when she was tired. But what happens when you move on? What happens when you stop waiting? That's when reality hits her. That's when the panic sets in. That's when she realizes you were never just a friend. You were the blessing she took for granted. Today, we're calling it out. No sugarcoating. No playing nice. We're putting the blame exactly where it belongs. On the women who friend-zone good men, then cry when those men find better. Let's get into it.
So what did you want to talk to me about?
I called you over here to talk to you about this whole...
Before you begin, I just wanted to say that I am so sorry about the way that I acted when I met,
Vanessa.
Yeah, your girl. I did reflect and I realized maybe I was being too much, and so I'm sorry, I won't do that again.
Thank you. Because that's why I called you over here. It's been bothering her, it's been bothering me, and I don't feel like you understand that me and you don't have anything going on. When we first met, you said it's better that we be friends, right?
Yeah, because when we met, I feel like you were at a different point in your life, but I've seen you evolve into the person that you are today, you know, and we've gotten to learn each other and know what it is that we like, and so I don't know, I got comfortable with that, and I like it. Plus, you dress so much better now, so that all plays a part in it.
Well, I just need you to understand that I'm with Vanessa now. Okay?
Oof, it's kind of hot in here, don't you think?
So you're just gonna pop out the shoulders?
What? It's hot. But I'm listening. Keep talking.
Me and Vanessa were a thing. Okay? She's my girl. And I feel like we should set boundaries because we can't just be doing the things that we used to do.
Like what? Having our movie night? Yo, if your girlfriend can't let us hang out, then she's insecure and you need to drop her.
I don't need to drop her. She's fine. She's great for me.
Are you sure?
Yes, she is.
Because I would never do that to you. If you wanted to go and hang out with someone else, I would let you. But her? That's weird. You should be mindful of that.
Anyway, the other thing that you're doing that I don't like, the fact that you went to Mike and told him that I'm getting married.
You know you have a sparkle in your eye?
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I am, but I just never noticed it before.
Anyway, listen, I don't appreciate what you did by telling Mike that I'm getting married to Vanessa. Like, nobody told you that.
Well, it sounds like you are the way that you talk about her, saying that you're drinking more water, you're breathing air, you're eating salads. I don't know, it just seemed like I was correct in telling him.
No, you wasn't. She's only influencing my diet.
Oh, so you're not going to get married?
I am going to get married. I just don't know if it's going to be with Vanessa, and I just don't know when I'm going to get married.
Okay, so there's still a chance.
Is there a chance for what?
I don't know, for it to not be the girl.
Can you?
You know I love you.
What?
Yeah. What, a friend can't tell her friend that she loves them?
Oncoming fist medium skin tone. Fellas, you ever been there? You were feeling a girl, showing up, being consistent, being real, not playing games. You saw her as wifey material. You weren't trying to smash and dash. You were building, planning, hoping, but instead of giving you a chance, she friend-zoned you. Not because you weren't good enough, but because you were too good, too consistent, too available. And she wasn't ready for that kind of man. So what happens next? You back off. You stop texting. You stop checking in. You stop showing up. Slowly you disappear. You pour all that loyalty, care, and focus into yourself. You level up. You meet a woman who sees your worth immediately. No games, no confusion, no emotional puppeteering. And just like that, you move on. Now here's where it gets twisted. The same girl who friend-zoned you starts acting brand new. Suddenly, she misses you. Suddenly, she's dropping, "Hey stranger," texts. Suddenly, she's liking your pictures again, acting like she forgot she once put you on the bench while chasing a guy who never even liked her for real. This is what they don't tell you, bro. A lot of women don't actually want good men until after they've been played, used, and disrespected by the ones they chose over you. You were her safe option, her backup plan. You were plan B. And when you finally stopped waiting in the friend zone, she panicked. Not because she loves you, but because you're no longer an option. This is a pattern. Women ignore the loyal, consistent man when he's available, but the moment he moves on, he becomes the one that got away. That's not love. That's entitlement. That's ego. She never thought you'd stop waiting. She thought she could circle back when life humbled her. She thought you'd always be there. But now you've upgraded, healed, grown, and she's left watching from a distance. And the truth is, it's her fault. She had a real one. She had a man who would have loved her, protected her, and built with her. But she chose attention over intention. She chose excitement over stability. She chose bad boys over the man who would have changed her life. And now that you're gone, she feels the loss. Not because she sees your value now, but because she can't use it anymore. This isn't about revenge. This is about reality. As men, we have to stop waiting around hoping these women will wake up. Most of them only realize your value when you're done offering it. So don't feel guilty for moving on. Don't look back. She friend-zoned you? That was her decision. You moved on? That was yours. Let her sit in the regret. Let her live with the what if. Because when she finally saw the man you became, it was too late. And that's the price of treating loyalty like it's replaceable. Gentlemen, respect yourself enough to stop begging for validation. If she can't see your worth now, don't let her profit from it later. Because the man who was once in the friend zone is now the man she'll never touch again.
Okay, so me and my friend, a platonic homeboy, we went somewhere last night and we had to get out the car like 3 times. Okay, and he didn't open my door not a single time. So I let it go by a couple times, and then I said, now that's your 3rd time not opening my door. And he was like, well, I feel like that's romantic. And I said, wait, wait, this is a common courtesy, okay? I know we just boys, okay? I know we just boys, but I am still, okay? Treat me like a lady. Disregard the mustache and the whiskers down here, okay? I am very much still a feminine woman. Open my door. Open my door. Am I tripping? Bro, open my door, bro. What y'all think?
You know, if you ask a lot of women how they feel about traditionalism, they don't like it. But usually when you ask them why they don't like traditionalism, they talk about the things they don't want to have to do that are considered traditional. Because in today's culture, what most women have...
Oh, now the problem? Now she's mad? Now she's offended? After years of women proudly friend-zoning good men like it was a sport, after mocking dudes for being too nice, too available, not her type, now one woman gets friend-zoned and suddenly it's injustice? Please, let's stop pretending. This is the same woman who rejected guys simply because they didn't give her butterflies. The same woman who said, "You're like a brother to me," after soaking up months, sometimes years of attention, validation, gifts, and emotional support from a man she never had plans to be with. And now, she meets a man she actually wants. Finally find one she's ready to give all to, and boom, he tells her, "You're cool, but I just see you as a friend." Suddenly she's angry. Suddenly she's offended. Suddenly she's confused about how she ended up on the other side of the friend zone wall. But what she's really feeling isn't confusion, it's entitlement. See, she thought because she was attractive, because men always chase her, that she was above rejection. She thought friend zoning was something only men should experience. She never imagined a man would flip the script and do to her what she's done to countless others. But here's the truth, and I want women to hear this loud and clear. Men are waking up. Men are no longer begging for the attention of women, who only come around when their options run out. Men are no longer sticking around hoping for a chance when they know they're just being used for emotional support, rides, cash, compliments, and comfort. Those days are done. Now it's the women getting hit with the, "You're amazing, but I'm just not feeling that way." And they can't handle it because they were never taught how to deal with rejection. They were never humbled. They never had to build character through lost the way men have for generations. She's not heartbroken because she truly loved him. She's heartbroken because for once, the power wasn't in her hands. She thought she could play the game and win forever. She thought she could pick and choose when she was ready, and every good man she ever sidelined would still be waiting. But this time, he moved on. He had options. He had standards. And when she came knocking, he said no. Now she's angry because the mirror is reflecting the same pain she caused. But guess what? That's not his fault. That's hers. Let this be a lesson. You owe no one a chance just because she suddenly sees your value. If she didn't want you at your trying, she doesn't deserve you at your thriving. You're not a safety net. You're not a plan B. You're not a consolation prize after she's done chasing what excites her. The game has changed. Men are friend-zoning now. Men are rejecting now. Men are choosing peace over drama, growth over games, and standards over desperation. So if she's mad that she got friend-zoned, let her be mad. Let her sit with it. Because the same tears she's crying now were once laughed off when a man was crying over her rejection. The tables turned, and now she's on the outside looking in.
Are you mad because you're not my type?
I'm not mad that I'm not your type. I'm mad that you won't step out of your comfort zone for somebody that genuinely cares about you.
I don't want to.
Why?
You're like a brother to me.
Okay.
You're just like a brother to me.
Look. Georgia is right next to Alabama. Like, it's so close.
I get it. And you're a sweet guy, but I feel like you deserve someone, else.
What? Okay, so you're pretty. You have nice eyelashes. You're always considerate. You're nice. You talk to me generally. Even though I'm weird and step out of my comfort zone a lot of the time.
We are complete opposites. I like to go partying. You like to stay in the house and go to...
Why would I want to go to the party?
You like to go to Comic-Cons and you like to look at anime. I'm not that type of girl.
You don't have to be.
I'm sorry, but I'm just not. You should find somebody that genuinely likes you for you. I don't understand. Like,
okay, well, what about content-wise? We both make content. We're both making skits. We both, like, come here, let me hold this. You always doing stuff, man. Like, what?
Give me my purse.
You can hold it. Like, what? I'm just like...
Let's talk about it. Here we go again. Another story. Another man thrown into the friend zone simply because he's not her type. Not because he lied to her. Not because he disrespected her. Not because he mistreated her. But because he was too kind, too genuine, too available, and didn't fit her fantasy checklist of toxic traits she's somehow labeled as attraction. This man, her so-called best friend, was there through thick and thin. He picked up the phone at 2 a.m. when her world was falling apart. He gave her advice when other men were treating her like garbage. He comforted her after every heartbreak that she chose. He made her laugh when she wanted to cry. He stood by her when nobody else did. And what did he get in return? You're like a brother to me. I don't want to ruin our friendship. You're such a great guy, but just not my type. Let me translate that. You're everything I actually need, but you don't excite my ego, so I'll keep you in the background while I chase men who don't care if I disappear. And when those guys wreck her emotionally, guess who she runs back to? The same best friend she keeps on standby. He's good enough to pick up the broken pieces, but never good enough to be chosen first. Let's make it plain. This is emotional manipulation, and it's all rooted in female entitlement. She wants loyalty without commitment, attention without reciprocation, protection without intimacy. She wants all the benefits of a relationship without giving anything back. And when he finally catches feelings, she pulls the ultimate deflection. You're not my type. But what exactly is her type? A guy who doesn't text back. A guy who only hits her up at night. A guy who lies, cheats, disrespects, and ghosts her. And somehow that's more desirable than a man who's been loyal from day one? No. The issue isn't the man. The issue is her mindset. She equates healthy love with boredom and toxic behavior with excitement. That's why so many women keep chasing dysfunction, while loyal men get overlooked, friend-zoned, and discarded. And the irony? Years later, when life humbles her, when she's tired, worn out, emotionally drained, and finally starts looking for a man who's stable, consistent, and real, that best friend she once ignored is already gone. He's married. He's happy. He found a woman who saw his worth from day one. And suddenly, she wants to spin the block. Suddenly, she's thinking about what could have been. But it's too late. She made her choice. She wanted thrills over substance, games over growth. Now she gets to sit in reality she created. Alone, bitter, and stuck replaying the moment she threw away a man who would have given her the world. So let's call it what it is. It's not about types, it's about accountability. These women don't want a man who treats them right. They want the man who validates their dysfunction. And when they crash and burn, they want the good guy to stick around and play therapist. No more. Those days are over. Stop settling for being the emotional janitor. If she doesn't choose you when you're showing your best, don't be available when she's at her worst. Stop letting women use "you're not my type" as a free pass to treat loyal men like they're disposable.
I gotta finally get the meat
Whoa,
done.
whoa, whoa, AJ, come on. Remember what I said? We just friends, all right? Homies, pals, buddies, compadre. I'm inviting you, just relax on me, okay? You promise?
You didn't even have to do all of that.
Just chill. Hey!
You right on time. We gonna take some shots.
Hey, yo. This is my homeboy AJ. Just my friend.
Okay.
AJ, that's just her friend, guys.
That's just your friend.
What we drinking?
Wait, that's just your friend.
Yeah. It's just friends.
You kinda cute.
Yeah, I guess. But pour me up.
Okay, girl, hold on. You want a shot?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll drink, but
I got you. Stop. What's your favorite game?
GTA.
Stop.
Same game.
Same game.
I
have been waiting.
I've been waiting too. Yeah, we talking about DC Grand Theft Auto. I know the game.
I love this
Stop
one.
with him.
Come on. I got you.
Oh,
Oh, baby, let me get that.
so much.
Best friend ever.
Such a waste of a night.
How was it a waste of night? I had a blast. I'm actually happy you introduced me to your friends.
It was too much going on.
What was too much going on?
That girl that was all up in your face, like you
Sunny
could tell-
with the bunny.
Sunny with the bunny. You could tell she's for everybody.
How's she for everybody?
The way she was all up on you.
Exactly, she's just for me.
No.
I love her.
You love her. You just met her.
I don't care.
What are you doing? Getting so close to someone you just met. Like,
She feeds the orphans on Sundays. She's perfect.
she's lying to
She
you.
showed me a video. Stop
You
hating.
just believe anything. You just believe anything anybody tell you. You're gonna get your heart broken one day.
And you're a hater. And you know what? I love her. So like I said, I'm going to start a future with her because we're besties. Pinky out now. There we go. Make sure you're locked in for life, right? Just friends?
Just friends.
All right. Now you know what else you're going to do? Index finger? Use it to press number 1 because we're leaving. Hating ass.
Never picked nothing out of my hair before.
What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing! That's nothing to do with anything.
Let's unpack something real today. The moment she realizes she messed up by putting you in the friend zone. You were solid. You were there. You were consistent. You weren't chasing games. You weren't looking to hit and run. You were a man with genuine intentions. And she saw all that and still said, "You're just a friend." Why? Because she didn't see you as exciting. You were too nice, too emotionally available, too patient, too dependable. Translation? You didn't give her anxiety. You didn't ignore her texts. You didn't treat her like an option. So instead of choosing the man who actually wanted to build with her, she tossed you aside and ran straight for chaos. Chased a toxic dude who breadcrumbed her, lied to her, cheated on her, and gave her nothing but emotional damage. And in that moment, she thought she made the better choice. But here's where it gets poetic. You moved on. You stopped showing up. You stopped calling. You stopped giving her the best version of you. And you leveled up. You hit the gym. You built your mind. You chased your purpose. You stopped waiting for someone who didn't value you. And you became a man she never thought you'd turn into. And now she regrets it. Now she's watching from the sidelines. Now she's liking old photos. Now she's in your comments saying, "I'm proud of you." Now she's sending you, "Hey stranger," texts like nothing happened. Because she finally sees what you always knew. You were the one. You were the right choice. But she was too blind, too proud, too caught up in superficial nonsense to choose a man with substance. This happens all the time. Women throw away loyal men during their hot girl phase, thinking the grass is greener on the other side. They trade commitment for chaos, attention for abuse, loyalty for lust. And when they hit that wall, emotionally drained, reputation bruised, self-esteem shattered, they want to come back and revisit the man they left in the friend zone. But that version of you, he doesn't exist anymore. Because here's the truth. You're not her backup plan. You're not the guy she gets to circle back to after life chews her up and spits her out. She had a real one. She dismissed him. She threw him into the friend zone like he was disposable. And now she regrets it? That's not your problem. That's her lesson. Stop being the safety net for women who only realize your value after every other door closed. You're not a last resort. You're not the final option after her failed adventures. You're the man she should have chosen first, but didn't. Let her live with that. Let her sit with it, because the best revenge is success without her. The glow-up, the peace, the power, the woman who actually chose you without games. That's how you win, and that's how she loses.
He ended up... Anyway, remember that ring you got me? I've been thinking, and actually I'm really fine with this up.
There she is. Hey, you look beautiful. Oh, let me introduce you, Bella. This is Rose Bella. We used to date like years ago.
Hey, nice to meet you. I didn't realize you had a new girlfriend.
Oh. Actually, it's fiance. John proposed a week ago. I told him he didn't have to do so much.
Oh, I want you to have everything you want in life, babe.
We're gonna be late for our dinner reservation.
We wouldn't want you missing the steak and wine. It was nice seeing you, Bella.
I don't understand. What does she have that I don't?
Well, she believed in me. You see, when you would get mad at me for not being able to buy you a designer bag, Rose would get mad at me for buying her any bag at all. She wanted me to invest my money in the business instead. And when you would get upset at me when I couldn't buy you expensive dinners, Rose would get upset at me if I tried to take her out at all. She would cook me homemade meals so I could focus on my work. And when you left me for not buying you a big enough diamond, Rose stood by my side, waiting patiently until my business took off so I could finally buy her the ring she deserved. So you see, she believed in me when I had nothing. So now I want to give her everything. It was good seeing you, though.
Let's lay it all out. This right here is the story of so many men. Men who were overlooked, underestimated, and rejected not because they lacked character, not because they were lazy, not because they were disrespectful, but simply because they didn't have the money to fund a woman's luxury fantasy. He met her with good intentions. He didn't fake who he was. He didn't promise what he couldn't afford. He was upfront. He was working on himself, building something from the ground up, chasing purpose over popularity. But what did she say? He's not my type. He can't afford the kind of lifestyle I want. He's too broke for me. She wanted dinners he couldn't pay for, bags he couldn't buy, trips he wasn't ready to take. So what does she do? She leaves. No hesitation. No second thought. She tosses away a good man because he didn't match her materialistic expectations. She wanted a man with status, clout, and deep pockets. Never mind his soul, his vision, or the fact that he genuinely cared. She walked out while he was at his lowest. Fast forward, he meets a woman, a real one, a woman who saw past the lack of money, who didn't judge him by his bank account, but by his work ethic, his heart, his intentions. She cooked for him when no one else would support him. She encouraged his dreams. She stuck by him when he had nothing to offer but effort. She poured into him while he was pouring into his grind. And now, he made it. His work paid off. He's up now. He's respected. His business is thriving. He walks into rooms he used to only dream about. And right beside him is that same woman who believed in him before the glow-up. But here's the twist. The first girl who rejected him suddenly wants back in. Now she sees him shining. Now she sees a lifestyle she thought he'd never have. Now she remembers a man she once thought wasn't good enough. She starts reminiscing, watching from a distance, sending little messages like, "I'm proud of you," or "You've changed." But it's too late. That man she left behind, he's gone. He evolved. He's no longer begging for attention. He's being celebrated by the woman who actually stayed. This is her fault. She didn't leave a bad man. She left a man who wasn't rich yet. She prioritized luxury over loyalty, and now she's got regrets to live with. Because while she was chasing lifestyle, another woman was investing in legacy. And now that the results are real, the tables have turned, and she can't stand it. A woman who won't walk with you through struggle doesn't deserve to stand beside you in success. If she couldn't love you when you had less, don't let her re-enter your life now that you have more. That's not love. That's opportunism. You were never the problem. She was just too shallow to see the man you were becoming. And now, all she can do is watch from the sidelines while someone else enjoys the life she gave up for a dinner bill and a designer bag.
Wow, you look great today.
I wasn't sure about this outfit, but I'm so glad I have a friend who
Yeah,
can tell
no,
me, how it is.
I like someone, and I don't.
Friends,
I don't know how to tell
we
her.
can give each other advice on the opposite gender, and it's
Yeah.
not weird, because we're such good friends.
I need to tell
what
you
this
something,
conversation
really-
is reminding me of? Yeah, friendship. Such great friendship.
Let's stop pretending like this is innocent. It's not. This is intentional emotional control. She let you get close, soaked up your energy, made you feel like there was a chance, only to slam the door shut and send you back to bestie duty like you were never anything more than a safety net. And let's call it what it is. This is a woman taking advantage of your time, your attention, and your emotional labor without ever intending to reciprocate. She knew from day one she wasn't going to take it seriously. But she also knew that keeping you around came with benefits. Validation, a listening ear, free rides, help moving, emotional support, the occasional compliment when she's feeling low. You were her boyfriend without benefits, while some other dude, who puts in half the effort and none of the care, gets everything you wanted for doing nothing. And the worst part? She does it all with a straight face, like you should be grateful for the honor of being in the friend zone, like your loyalty is something she can pick up and drop whenever it suits her mood. And if you react, if you pull back, if you set boundaries, suddenly you're the bad guy. Suddenly you're entitled, or just mad she doesn't like you. Nah, let's get real. She's not preserving a friendship. She's preserving control. She's keeping you close enough to feed her ego, but far enough not to feel responsible for your feelings. It's not about friendship. It's about power. And when she senses you might be pulling away or catching on, she turns the charm up just enough to pull you back in, only to friend zone you all over again. Enough is enough. Stop letting women casually park you in a friend zone while they give their best selves to men who don't even care if they exist. If she can't give you the same energy you're giving her, cut it off. You're not rude. You're not wrong. You're protecting your time, your heart, and your purpose. Drop a comment if you've ever been escorted back into the friend zone like a fool, even after doing everything right. Hit that like button if you finally walked away and put your energy into someone who values you. And don't forget to subscribe, because this is a space where we speak truth without fear, without filters, and without begging to be understood. We're not confused. We're not desperate. We just stop playing roles in stories where we never get the ending we deserve.